friends. So here we are, Wednesday, which is night 3 of a video, a consistent video. Hats off to that. So I was told last night I looked a little tired, so I was. And I kind of just made no sense sometimes. I'm sorry. It's been a rough few days, and I'm tired, so when I get done here tonight, I'm shutting everything down, I'm walking away, and I'm going to close my eyes and take a good nap and call it a nap. Have a good sleep, how about that? And call it great. It's been just busy. It's just been busy. So, that's how it is. Got my nails did today. New nails. Why can't I get it to look right? There we go. New nails. Toes match. So that's a good thing. Self-care. Just got off the phone with a client. And when I say my job never ends, I mean it, people. It never stops. But I love it. So I don't know. I want to talk about a few things, and I've got a lot going through my head right now, and it's probably because I'm still tired, and it's probably because there's a lot going on around me, so of course my mind just wants to run. But let's kind of hone in and focus on the severity of mental health. Like, I still can't wrap my head around that it's 2022 and there's such a stigma against mental health. Like, it's a bad thing that we want to help with mental health. For sure, it's gotten better. But there's still those that doubt it. And you know what? Everybody's going to doubt something. I mean, people doubt doctors. People doubt everything. Dentist and, your boss. And people doubt. I get it. But what concerns me is that we don't talk about it enough. And that it is something that, has become so apparent, talking to a client today, and we were talking, and she was talking about how when she was younger, she's about my age, she's like, I wasn't allowed to go to a counselor. And I've never been that way. My mom's always offered, and my mom's always made sure that I had all the support I need. But in the hindsight, we didn't talk about it in school, We didn't talk about, suicide or being sad or depression. None of that was talked about. And it was happening, I can remember, I was young. I was pretty young. And one of my friend's sisters committed suicide, because they didn't feel like they could talk about their problems. And so the complexity of mental health is there's so much to it. It's not just crazy people, and I'll be the first to tell you, when I was younger, the town that I was born in, well, I wasn't born in, but that we lived in when I was born, there was a mental health hospital there, and it was the crazy house, that's what it was referred to as. And just to be real with you guys, people that were crazy went there. And then when you take into consideration the people that were there, okay, it's people that are walking the streets today because there's been medications and treatment available to these people. So these bipolar, schizophrenic people can be out in society today and have better chances and odds because there's more people that are like them than, and so they're not the rare one out. Now, we still have mental health hospitals that are very important and still needed for, severe cases and those who cannot that cannot function right. But when I think of a mental health hospital now, it's not the joke, like the crazy people. It's sad. It's sad because these are the people that literally have no capability of working through or processing anything on their own because their disorder or whatever has taken control. These are people that have taken the highest doses of medications and still can't, equal out and become balanced. These are people that are moms, dads, sisters, brothers, kids, children. There's young and there's old, and it's all over. And I understand that, sometimes clients to that nature need more revolving care to where it's a 24-hour spectrum. And I'm so glad that, we have those available, but they're so far few between, I think that I was talking to a client recently, and when I said you have some post-traumatic stress disorder, you have PTSD. She's like, no, I'm not a veteran. I've never been in the Army. I've never been military. I'm like, oh. And then I had to define post-traumatic stress disorder for her, and she was like, huh? That's not what I thought. And my internet's being slow. Hold on. I was not shocked because I know a lot of people don't understand what it is. But hold on. Okay, so post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a psychiatric disorder that may occur in people who have experienced or witnessed a traumatic events such as natural disaster, serious accident, terrorist act, war combat, rape, or who have been threatened with death or sexual violence or even a serious injury. Guys, that's a big list. And it became of that because they found out that everybody's trauma is not the same, so we have to treat it, and we have to talk about it, and we have to get the stigmatism that mental health is not good out. And we have to be aware of and understand that you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Right? You don't know what's happening I don't know what's happening when they leave my office. You don't know what's happening when they leave your store or your doctor's office or whatever. You don't know what's going on unless you're true friends. So we have to understand that depression is real, sadness is real, anxiety is real, bipolarism, that's real. Schizophrenia, very real. Eating disorders are real. ADHD is real. On that spectrum, though, let's just hold up there for a minute because my mind just went there as soon as I said it. I think that we have a lot of misdiagnosis of ADHD, personally. I think that we're seeing more and more of it in schools where it's pushed to have a diagnosis. And that concerns me because do they, or are they just being a normal rowdy child? It's kind of like that whole no child left behind thing, we were punished when we were younger. If we got in trouble at school, we got in trouble at school. If we were rowdy, the teacher got on to us. If we acted out, the teacher got on to us. even going back older than me, if you got in trouble, you got spankings in school. We don't have that anymore, you know? Not only that, I feel that ADHD is an easy diagnosis, and because they have a diagnosis, it helps the school with programming and funding. So I feel like that's too overdiagnosed, but it is real. There is real cases out there. Autism is real. And I think what's sad to me is just because we haven't personally experienced it ourselves, we tend to judge, and we tend to doubt, and we have other reasonings, you know, like people that are true ADHD. Their parents didn't spank them enough when they were a kid. They didn't get in trouble enough. Not true. Kids with autism, the shots made it. You know, the vaccinations. So I don't know. I think that we need to talk about mental health more. I think it needs to be more nature. And I think what caused this is because, like I said, recently I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, you know, you have some post-traumatic stress disorder going on, and we need to treat that as it is. And she was just flabbergasted because, you know, she wasn't in the war. She's not been in the army. And so it goes to show that we still have people that don't understand. And it goes to show that we need to be more aware, and that we need to understand that there are people out there that will help you, and that it's okay. Like, it's okay. I've been to therapy a few times in my life. I have. Probably why I ended up where I am today, because, you know, I had a therapist that was really helpful. Also, my mom, bless her heart, she was a drug and alcohol counselor, and probably why I don't have a drug or alcohol problem. Thank you, Mom. But I remember her telling me, you know, if you ever get into drugs and alcohol, I'll take you to treatment. I don't care. Kind of scared me. Because, again, that's also, you know, alcohol disease. Like, you just, it's all so much, and mental health covers so much. And it's not just the bad. It's your neighbor, it's your friend, it's your sister, it's your cousin, it's your dad, it's your mom, it's your, you know, best friend, it's your doctor, it's your nurse, it's everybody, you know, and it's okay. That's okay. And it's okay to talk about it too, you know. People are sometimes ashamed that they, you know, have a disorder. And as sad as it is, it's very true. I have a client that, you know, she's younger, and she was a little bit embarrassed about, you know, telling people that she was going to therapy. Well, something happened. I got her a book to read, and it clicked with her. And, like, since then, she's like, I'm normal, and let's do this. And she's doing very, very well. So it's one of those things. Mental health is hard. It's difficult. It's exhausting. But it's very rewarding. At the end of the day, when a client calls me to say, Miss Diane, you told me to call you if I felt A, B, C. And so I'm feeling it. And can you talk to me for a few? Sure, let's talk. And then you hang up, and you know that they're no longer in the same headspace. And it makes things a lot better, you know, for them, for you. Things just have a better outlook in this scenario. So if you guys don't struggle with mental health yourself, just don't close your eyes to others that do, you know. Don't make fun of them. Don't be that person. Don't be the one that, you know, possibly send somebody over the edge because you laugh at them. Or, you know, if you don't understand, ask questions. Don't assume you know. Ask questions. Bipolar is one that we're really starting to see more and more diagnoses of too, because we're doing less schizophrenic or multiple personalities, bipolar multiple personalities. Like, there's a lot of people that suffer with this every day. And oftentimes we get in our own little worlds when we don't have anything, that we don't understand how somebody could be experiencing that, So just be kind, be nice. If you see that somebody's struggling, if you see that you have a friend or a coworker that you're worried about, if you actually, hold on. Okay, sorry. If you actually know that you can help somebody in the way of even making a phone call for them, I'm bad. I say I'm bad. I see somebody out and I often start judging, and it's probably not the best thing that I do. But I'm human, so of course I've said that a time or two before. But try to remind yourself that you don't know what their situation is, and you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know the pain that they feel. And so just be there, be an ear. If somebody says that they're, thinking of suicide, offer them the number to the suicide prevention line. If somebody says that, they just need to talk to somebody, be that ear for a minute, Now, I will say this. If you don't think that you can handle what they have to speak about, it's okay to say, hey, that's big stuff. Let me get you in the right direction and call somebody. Because at least you were there to listen, and you know that your boundaries, and you're not able to help them. So just think about mental health. That's all I can say right now. That's all I really have. It's in my head right now. And I don't know if it's because I'm very proud that I just got off the phone with a client that did exactly what I told him to do as he's working through his problems. And I don't know if it's the fact that I'm proud of his, caregiver, because she did not question nor disregard his request. So maybe that's why I'm saying, let's think about the mental health, because guys, there's people out there that really need people, and there's people out there that really have disorders and disabilities, and just be compassionate about it. But for now, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to say thank you. I know that sometimes I just don't have a whole lot of some things to say, but I just talk, and that's okay to me. I know that sometimes I talk and people listen and it helps them. I know that sometimes, I talk and it might not make sense, but I just thank you for letting me talk. Thank you for letting me be me. Thank you for letting me share this part of my life. Again, if you know somebody suffering with mental health issues, please reach out to me. I can give you references local to you, because I can do that. If you have somebody in your life that's struggling with suicide thoughts, get the number online. It's for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's a toll-free number. Give that to them. And just be at their ear. Be their source. Be their person. It takes a little bit of your time, but it goes so far with these people that need help. Okay? Be respectful of others, and just love life. So until tomorrow, which is Thursday, my day off, have a great night. Enjoy the beginning of your Thursday, and I'll be back tomorrow a little bit earlier to give you some more encouraging words. So you guys have a good night. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.